So I'm sure you all remember the massive chaos of Trump's tariffs. He had Liberation Day, where he came out and had these big charts, and the chart said, oh, we're going to charge this country 38% tariffs and this one 70% tariffs. And, experts had a fucking field day with that chart, because what it showed is they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. They basically used ChatGPT to organize global trade. And they included, the trade deficit we have with other countries was included in the formula, which is fucking mental, because Trump just thinks a trade deficit is bad by definition, when that's not the case at all. I have a trade deficit with my local grocery store because I buy food there every week. Does that mean that I'm getting nothing out of the equation? No, of course, I'm getting the food, right? So it's the trade is mutual, so it's mutually beneficial. And they had these bonkers tariff rates. Basically what this was the Trump regime showing they're totally incompetent idiots, but more importantly, they're giving the world, including our allies, the middle finger. That's what that was. So it became very clear soon thereafter that, this is crazy. Something's got to give. These tariff rates cannot hold. And that's where you got the whole Taco Trump, where that came from. Trump always chickens out is what it stands for. Because then he would proceed to change the tariff rate 14 fucking times for 30 different countries, and you'd be sitting there what the fuck is going on? This is all so insane, right? Well, one of the things they said is the following. It's okay, because what we're going to do, these aren't really going to be the final tariff rates, because what we're going to do is make 90 deals in 90 days. So we're going to talk to each one of these countries individually. We're going to make a deal. Art of the deal, I make deals. That's what I do. We're going to make a deal with each one of these countries, and then at the end of 90 days, boom, everything's going to be taken care of. We're going to have an amazing tariff rate. We're going to bring in revenue. Trade is going to be back like it was before. Well, guess what? The 90 deals in 90 days thing was yet another colossal Trump scam. This is what Trump was saying before, and then here's the reality as Scott Bessent lays out now. Watch this.
I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They are dying to make a deal. Please, sir, make a deal. I'll do anything, sir.
Why haven't we seen the kind of deals that he promised in the last 90 days?
Again, he didn't promise this, and when we send out the 100 letters to these countries, that will set their tariff rate. So we're going to have 100 done in the next few days. And
but that's not a deal, that's a threat.
No, that's the level. That's the deal. If you want to trade with the United States, this is...
But that's not a negotiation, that's just
many of these countries never even contacted us.
So it went from, these countries are calling me and kissing my ass. They're going, sir, please. Anytime he says somebody calls him sir, it's a totally fake story. They say, sir, we want to make a deal. Sir, please let us make a deal. And then here's Bessent. And what did he say? Listen closely.
Many of these countries never even contacted us.
That is fucking humiliating. Here we are, supposedly the world's sole superpower, and Trump tries to do some big swinging dick bullshit, saying, oh, we're going to tariff you. Fuck you. We don't need to trade with you. You suck. And the world goes, okay. Gee, I wonder what's going to happen next. I wonder if America will remain the world's sole superpower when everybody now fucking hates us. Meanwhile, China's going around doing the Belt and Road Initiative, building infrastructure in all these different countries. They got BRICS. More and more countries are joining BRICS. Everybody's running into the loving arms of China because they look at the U.S. and go, these people are psychopaths and they're not good to their word, and they'll make a deal and immediately violate it, just like Trump did so many times. He made the trade deal with Canada, then he gets back in there and goes, who made this trade deal with Canada? We're not going to abide by this. That was your fucking deal. It's incredible. It is incredible what this man does. So here he was, flagrantly lying. They're calling me, they're kissing my ass. All these, they say, sir, we need a deal, sir. They're kissing my ass. Here's Bessent going, a lot of these countries didn't even call us. You don't fucking say. You don't fucking say. All right, we got more.
And now the rest of the world is calling our administration. The phones are ringing off the hook because they need the United States of America, not just our economy and our market, but they need us to continue providing peace around this world. And they know that they are indebted to us for the stability that we have provided in their own countries for decades. And the president has made that very clear.
When you talk about these letters and you talk about kind of the 90 deals in 90 days, or at least the president did back in April, so far that we've seen 3, and they're not concrete deals the way that we're used to seeing trade deals. They're frameworks. The president has a reputation, self-described deal maker. So why haven't we seen the kind of deals that he promised in the last 90 days?
Again, he didn't promise this. And when we send out the 100 letters to these countries, that will set their tariff rate. So we're going to have 100 done in the next few days. And
but that's not a deal, that's a threat.
No, that's the level. That's the deal. If you want to trade with the United States, this is.
But that's not a negotiation. That's just
many of these countries,
declaration.
many of these countries never even contacted us.
So I don't know how you guys tell me. How many days has it been? 70 something, 80 something days. I think it's close to the 90 days. 90 deals in 90 days. Ready for this? How many deals have they gotten? 3. By the way, even saying that is me being far too kind to the Trump regime. Because really, at least 2 of the 3, maybe even 3 of the 3, are not actually deals. They're like rough frameworks of a potential deal. So the real answer is 1 deal, not 91 or even 0. And I believe that one country is Vietnam, that they might actually have a deal with. But okay, now let me explain to you what's going to happen from here. What's going to happen is the following. Trump is going to, I don't know how much he's going to want to save face, right? He probably wants to completely save face, but he's not going to go back to those original tariff rates. It would be insane if he did it. I would just like tank the global economy immediately. But even if, let's say he just does, I'll do a 10% tariff, like basically across the board. What's going to happen is prices in this country are going to skyrocket even more than they already have. They will skyrocket. And then in the long run, slowly but surely, the dollar will continue to get, as it's been, the dollar's the weakest it's been since 1973 when we got off the gold standard. The dollar will continue to get weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. So, prices go up, dollar gets weaker. The dollar is not viewed as where you go for the flight to safety anymore. Now that's gold. The dollar's been replaced by gold with the flight to safety. So our currency, people lose confidence in our currency. At the same time, prices go up. Then, now our debt and our deficits actually matter. They haven't mattered previously, and the reason they haven't mattered is because the dollar is the world reserve currency. So the whole world has to deal in dollars. So usually if there's a recession, the dollar actually got stronger because people did the flight to safety and got more cash. Now, that's not happening. Now people are fleeing the dollar at 1,000 miles an hour. So prices go up, dollars get weaker, our debt and our deficits matter. He just did a massive upward transfer of wealth. We already have record income and wealth inequality. Trump just made it worse and destroyed the social safety net. So what we're looking at is high prices, weak dollar, mass unemployment, no social safety net, widespread pain, recession, potentially depression, and the American empire cooked. Absolutely cooked. All for this fucking stupid bullshit stunt, this giant scam, Mr. Deals, 90 days and 90 days. He doesn't understand the first thing about global trade, doesn't know how it works, just thinks he can just bully people and get whatever the fuck he wants. Well, he's about to find out that is not the way it works, dog. That is not the way it works. So we are in a hell of a lot of trouble. There is no denying it. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.